Hello. Well, this stitch, it's called the knitting stitch or the waistcoat stitch. It's a very simple stitch. All you have to do, this stitch works with any number of chains you want to use. It doesn't matter. You can put even or odd numbers. So I chain here 16. So at the second chain from the hook, this one, I'm gonna do a single crochet, and all the rows we're gonna do single crochet. So we're gonna hurry up here. Well, for you guys that, you know, you're beginners, to do a single crochet after you chain, you insert your hook into the chain, you grab the yarn and pull through. You have two loops on the hook. Grab the yarn and pull the yarn through those two loops, and again. So it's like this. So but I will suggest this row, when you do the first row of single crochet, do with a little bit loose, you know, kind of like this, because we're gonna have to go through some in there. Okay, the last one we do a single crochet, so all the chains will do single crochet. Now we're gonna chain one, turn your work, and now you have here a line and here a line. So you're gonna take the crochet hook and you're gonna put between those two right here, and you're gonna do a single crochet. Like I said, leave the loop when you do a little bit loose, yeah. And again, you have these lines here, these two, and you're gonna go inside between those two, and well, I'm gonna show you when I do at least 2 rows. So leave this loop, the second one, when you pull, a little bit loose, yeah. But I think it's the best if you, when you work with this stitch, if the yarn that you use, it's, you know, you go between these two lines. You have a line here and a line there, and you go in between. You know, whatever yarn you use, and it says, well, you should use 5mm crochet hook. Well, try to use the 6mm, at least one number bigger. Okay, so you have these two lines, a line here and a line here. You're gonna go in between. That's why I said the first row, when you do the single crochet, do the single crochet a little bit loose. Yeah, that way it's gonna be easy for you to go inside. Okay, again, you have a line here and a line there. Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna struggle when you try to get in. Okay. Yeah, the first row, if you don't do the single crochet loose, you're gonna struggle with that. So again, you have this line here and one here, and you're gonna go in between the lines. Yeah, you see, it's not easy to go in. Yeah, especially this one, the second one, the second loop, leave a little bit. Yeah, it's really tight in there to go in. And the last one, we're gonna do the last stitch, we're gonna do a single crochet. Yeah. Okay, now always chain 1, and you turn your work and it looks like this. So now you're gonna go in here, you see one line here and one line here, and you're gonna go right in between. Pull this loop a little bit loose because it's a very dense stitch, so if you work tight, it's gonna be really tight, unless you want to do something that it's, you know, you want it tight. So again, you have this line and this line, and you're gonna go right in between these two lines in there. So if you look, it looks like this when you go. If you look behind, you have one line here and one line here, so you should put in between those two lines. Again, leave it a little bit loose. Again, you have one line here and one here. You can help it, you know, to open a little bit if it helps. Again, you have one line here, one here, and you go right in between these two. Yeah, leave the second loop that you pull, leave it loose. Yeah, it's a very nice, it's like the knitting stitch. And again, you have this loop here, this loop, this line, and one here, so you're gonna go in between. Because when you poke like here in the back, you should have a line here and a line here, so you should be between these two lines. But it goes fast and it's nice, but you should use at least one number the bigger the crochet hook. Otherwise it's gonna be really dense. Okay, so you have one line here and one here, and you're gonna go in between those two. You're gonna kind of have to help yourself with this finger when you poke. You're gonna poke into this finger, that will help you to push more. Okay, so now the last stitch here, we're gonna do a single crochet, and sometimes, you know, we cannot insert your hook, so just pull the first one here, and the second one will go right, you know, with no problem. But if you don't want to struggle the last stitch, when you do this one, the one you chain one, leave it a little bit loose, you know, because in this one, when you return, you're gonna do that single crochet. So again, you go the first one here, so you have this line here and this one here, and you're gonna go in between, yeah. Pull a little bit loose, and again you have this line and this line, and you're gonna go in between. Because I left this second loop larger, it's easy for me to go inside. Yeah, it's really nice to make a vest. So you have this line, and you go in between. Even though you think if I leave this loop now too loose, it's gonna look kind of how you say loose, but look at this, it's really tight, it's really dense. So with now I'm working with a 5mm crochet hook, so it's not that, you know, bigger for this yarn. I should have taken the 6mm crochet hook. Yeah, it's really easy. You can chain any numbers of chains you want, odd, even, doesn't matter. So again, we have the last stitch here. So if you cannot poke, sometimes you can. If not, just lift the first one a little bit and it's gonna be okay. Okay, and chain one, leave this a little bit loose, that when you return it's gonna be easy. So the first one is here, this one, so you have the line here and this one, and you're gonna go in between this line and this line. Yeah, when you look behind, you have this line, and this line, so you should be between these two. Yeah. Okay, and again we have this in here, so we're gonna go right here. Okay, let me pull some yarn. Okay, so you have here and here, and you go in between, leave it large a little bit. If you don't leave it kind of loose, it's gonna be hard to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to use this. Many of you, if you watched my videos, my tutorials, I was telling you that I'm terrified by technology. I don't like technology. Technology and I were not good friends. So I'm using this, what you call, but I was trying to tell my husband, and you know, I should have a overhead camera, and he was the last stitch here. So we're gonna, this already, because you left that chain one that you did at the end loose, so it's easy. So when you chain one here, leave it a little bit loose. It's gonna be easy to get in. And as I was saying, I said to my husband, you know, I should do overhead the first one here camera, and he said that, well, you need a boom. I need a what? You need a boom, an arm or whatever. No. So I'm trying this. I don't know how it's gonna come out. So this is the first tutorial that I'm doing with this overhead camera. So if I screw up, sorry about that. Well, I will try to make it better. So this, again, you have this line here and this line here. So you're gonna go in between, and let me put my fingernail here, you see, here. So you're gonna go in between, make it loose a little bit. Yeah, but it's really nice, nice stitch. I was thinking to make a pillowcase with this stitch. It's really nice, it's dense. Look at this. This is so easy and goes fast. Especially if the yarn is thick. Oh, it's gonna go fast. Yeah, but I think you got the idea. Just make sure that when you poke, you look at the back and you're gonna see the line here and the line here, so the crochet hook should be between this and this line, and you will know that it's right. Okay, and the last stitch here, if you cannot go, you know, you just pull a little bit this one, and it's gonna just let you in. And again, chain one, leave it a little bit loose, and it looks like this. I think it's just cute. Maybe I shouldn't be using this kind of dark color, but you know, it's really, really nice with this. I like this color. I worked a lot with this color. Well, I hope you like. If you have more questions, please do ask me and I will answer you. Okay, bye.